the sacrifice, right? And you know, you had to play your part. Talk to me about playing your part, right? Because that means understanding a role, whatever that role may be, and roles change in different situations. But explain to us what you mean by that you had to play your part. And now, again, he's 5'6", 5'7" at best. All-American. That means he was one of the top 10 players in the country on the Division III level that year. Got banners and all that for it. But I had to understand, work with him. But now on the flip side, and everybody in Hoops Mastery, right, that work with me, y'all know, you know, we do the DISC assessment. You know, you're looking at 4 introverts, right? Looking at 4 people on here that's introverts. We ain't just like got to be all in your face out. Like, we're going to process what needs to be done and we're going to do it. And we may not even talk a lot with it. But a lot of times coaches expect for everybody to be a dog. And what we do in our program is we help athletes improve that confidence. And so most of my athletes are natural introverts. So me being an introvert, I understand how to handle them and coach them. I didn't know as much scientifically as I knew when I was working with AJ. And I worked with AJ before I got the head college job to work with Jamil. I just know from me understanding people how to communicate with them. I understand it much better now on a scientific level. But when Jamil talked about playing his part, I brought one of my former high school players to play for us, and he was nowhere near as good as Jamil. And we went to go play AJ in South Suburban. No, matter of fact, AJ was gone. The sophomore, he was gone. We went to go play South Suburban, and they beat us by about 30 points. Beat our brains out, coach, right? And that next day in practice, or I might have called Jamil on the phone, and I gave him the biggest lashing ever. And I said, because what happened, that guy got hurt during the South Suburban game. And Jamil picked it up. And I went in on him and I said, don't you ever divert to nobody else as long as you play for me. Can you talk about that, coach? Because you talk about playing your part, right? So what I mean by divert, he was playing second fiddle to somebody else. As Coach D said, the scorer ain't touched the ball in 5 times. What's really going on? As my point guard, Jamil's a real point guard. He understood, get everybody involved. But confident-wise, he may have felt like, well, that's what I'm supposed to do. No, I need you to be the person and the athlete that you are. So can you talk about that, Coach? Like that moment, and from that moment, everything else changed.
Okay. Well, let me rewind, and then we'll get back to that moment. Let's back up a little bit before I get to you. Sometimes, parents, if you want, do your research on who you got coaching your kids. Okay. Do your research. Some people, they're great people. Everybody can't coach though. A lot of people, I was a great player. Sometimes you run into coaches that just not a fit for you. Something they'll tell your confidence. Once you piggyback on the dog, once your confidence gone, the bite gone. It's over with. Okay. Cabell helped me get the confidence back. Okay. Guys was a little older than me. So this go back to my freshman year, making a sacrifice. I know I could score. I in my mind, you know, I try to humble myself a little bit, but you know, I was telling myself, yeah, I'm better than everybody on this team. But I'm gonna play the backseat a little bit and get these guys going. I'm gonna keep my motor go, but I want to get these guys going. So, you know, I played the submissive part. I wanted to get the older guys in there and show homage and respect to them. I didn't want to feel like I came in and just took over the team. So, you know, I kind of played the second, third options. I wanted to get those guys going. And, you know, no disrespect to them. After a while, it's just like it didn't work out. It wasn't working out. I just needed to go. And, you know, coach got on me one day, was like, man, I see what you're trying to do. I understand, but be who you are. Don't hold back. And, you know, after that, he had to say no more. At the time, I let that rock wild out, and everybody got big.